Hello, hello. Happy Monday. As always, here we are, giving it a second to make sure everything's working, which we also always do on our Monday music motivation. Let's see. Let's make sure we are live. It looks like we are. Fantastic. Oh, wait. Give it a second. Give it a second. Okay. We're good. Everything's great. Welcome to this week's live Monday Music Motivation. I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend and you're ready for a fantastic week of practicing ahead. I know I certainly have a very busy week coming up this week with two performances this weekend and two performances next weekend. So it's officially holiday gig season. And speaking of the holidays, I also want to bring up a kind of common thing that I think happens around this time of year is that we're all seeing all the great Black Friday and Cyber Monday and all these great deals and thinking, I wonder if there's any good deals on some clarinet equipment, and maybe it's a good time to get that mouthpiece or barrel or maybe even new clarinet that you've always been looking at. And while certainly if you find a good deal and you've been looking at something and wanting something, like by all means go for it. But I just wanted to sort of throw out maybe a little bit of a different idea to give you a little bit of inspiration for your holiday clarinet shopping this season. And what I want to bring up is what actually is the most important piece of equipment. So if you've been looking at like, oh, look at all those pretty bells and barrels and, oh, maybe I need a new clarinet. Probably not. There's probably other things that are going to make a much bigger difference for you. And the number one biggest, most impactful piece of equipment, hands down, is the reed itself. And it's good news because reeds are a whole lot cheaper than even a new mouthpiece or something that's pretty affordable. So the brief summary of this video is, if you're looking to get something new to make your clarinet playing more enjoyable and easier this holiday season, try maybe a few different boxes of reeds and different brands of reeds, and you can even get some reed samples as well. And honestly, if you have a brand and strength that you know you like, maybe just get a few boxes of them and go through them and find the good reeds, and that's going to make a bigger difference for you than really any other piece of equipment you could upgrade. Maybe the mouthpiece is a close second, but the reason why I bring this up is over this summer, as you may know if you've watched the channel at all, I tried like 18 or 24 or some absurd number of mouthpieces while I was at Clarinet Fest in Dublin, and also tried some more after I came home from Dublin as well, and just spent a lot of time with a lot of mouthpieces. And yes, the mouthpieces were different and felt different and played a little bit differently, but comparing sort of the worst mouthpiece to the best mouthpieces that I played on at Clarinet Fest, there's a bigger difference between a good reed and a bad reed than all of those different mouthpieces. And honestly, the reeds I'm playing on now are the Leger French cut reeds, which are a synthetic reed, and synthetic reeds are pretty consistent. And there may be more of a difference in the playing experience and the feel between one Leger French cut 3.75 strength reed and another Leger French cut 3.75 strength reed that I have than the differences between the mouthpieces that I was trying. That's how much more impact the reed has than the mouthpieces. And I'm not saying that those two Leger reeds are so crazy massively different from each other. They're in the ballpark, but they are pretty different from each other. What I'm saying is that the reed is by far, hands down, the single most impactful piece of equipment. So I know it's not nearly as exciting as getting a fancy new mouthpiece or a new barrel or especially a new clarinet, but I really think that you'll probably find more success and more difference and more of that like aha light bulb, oh wow, this is suddenly so much easier to play by getting some new reeds, trying some different reeds rather than going for another piece of equipment. That being said, the mouthpiece is the second biggest one, but again, even for me, the mouthpiece being the second most impactful piece of equipment, I really feel like there was more noticeable difference in ease of playing and enjoyment of playing from reed to reed rather than mouthpiece to mouthpiece even, and absolutely certainly then from barrel to barrel or bell to bell or even clarinet to clarinet, honestly. I put a link in the description of this video of a more in-depth video I did sort of giving a hierarchy of the most impactful pieces of equipment. I think you'd be surprised at how low the actual clarinet itself comes in that. It's not at the bottom, but it's certainly not at the top. So I want to add one more idea to this that I'm sort of thinking about is the reed also will have much, much more impact depending on sort of where you are at in your journey. As you become more and more advanced, yes, the reed makes still the biggest difference, but you will be able to notice more nuance in the mouthpiece and the other equipment down the line. If you're a beginner or intermediate player, the reed's going to be even more important and even more significant to you, especially because you're probably playing on less reeds and have just less experience with lots of different reeds, so you don't know what different reeds feel like as much, and you probably don't have as much sort of playing finesse and nuance to feel what the difference is between mouthpieces or especially barrels, clarinets, and bells are going to make. So that's my little bit of inspiration for your holiday shopping. Don't forget to keep your practice organized and fill out your practice template, which is always the most important part of the live Monday Music Motivation. Of course, my app is updating for where that is, so we'll have to give that a second. I think it'll be done shortly. So before I can show you my template, you can go to quickstartclarinet.com/get started to get it downloaded. Okay, there it is. So it's the date for the week, reflection of how things are going, goal for what you want to achieve this week, and then your plan for when you're going to do it. Take that plan, put it into your planner, put it into your calendar, put it into however you organize your life, set reminders, stick to that schedule, keep your goal in mind, thinking about what you want to achieve this week. Do it one step at a time, and you'll get there, and 1 week at a time, and you'll be a better clarinetist and musician because of it. So fill out your template right now. Get some new reeds if you're looking for something so just fun and exciting for your holiday gifts and equipment upgrades. Have a fantastic week of practice, and I will see you next week on the next live Monday Music Motivation. Have a great week, everybody. Bye.